Hey, boo, this is your girl, AyChristene, and today we are checking out Odd1sOut pitching a show. Links down below to become a patron to get the uncut reaction to all the shows and anime and things that we check out. Now let's get started. Oh, wait, hold on. Just like Cupcakes, Sleepyhead, Mystic Ragdoll, Shamar Wynn, Five Ninjas 1, Lava Mage Man, Jasmine H, 007 NTG, China Anime Juku Doll, hey China, and Jason. Like I said, links down below. Now let's get started.
Might be thinking that me giving you advice on pitching a show is insincere
I actually
or not applicable
really
because
want this.
of that. But listen,
No,
there
it's
was
still
a
the
whole
same.
lot of work
It's
that
still
went
the
into
same.
my pitch for a TV show.
Yeah.
And even with all my subscribers,
It
statistically,
don't mean nothing.
I still got turned down way
Right.
more times than I got picked up. If Netflix
Exactly.
is just green-lighting everyone with a big sub count,
Hello?
then why doesn't I Did a Thing have a show, huh? Why doesn't Mr. Beast have a Netflix show? Oh, actually, he's doing just fine. By the way,
And he's
if you
got
are
one
someone
coming
with a
on
lot of subscribers,
I think
don't
Amazon,
just
right?
walk into a studio and say, hey, I have a lot of subs, give me a show, okay?
Wow.
Walk in and say, hey, I have a lot of subs and free merchandise for you, okay? Diversification is key. Networks like
Got a lot of
Netflix,
subs.
Cartoon Network, and
And
Nickelodeon,
here's
they're in
some
the biz
merch.
of making content for their platform and in turn getting you, the viewer, to watch said content on said platform, thus generating a perpetual money-making cycle that everyone, including you, benefits from. Now, the executives in charge don't have all the time to come up with every single show they're going to make.
They don't.
So they turn to the general public, open their doors, and will listen
the
to
disclaimer, I
anyone
gotta
pitch
see.
them their idea for a television series.
Oh, wait,
but
there's
even if you have an Emmy-winning idea, if
Sponge
you're not
Guy.
able to properly sell your idea and win over the hearts of the network executives, it's not going to get picked up and developed. Then
That's
your
how
only
that
option
is.
is to
What is that
independently fund and
background?
develop your idea yourself. But what kind of a loser would
Oh,
do that?
that's what he did. That's what you did.
And thus the art of pitching a show is born.
Oh, okay.
You could honestly teach a whole class
Is
about
that-
this.
is that- wait,
Now,
that's what you did?
Obviously, you can't just walk into a studio empty-handed. All right, big idea.
All right.
What if we do a show where there's a talking alligator, right? And he's like, yo, what? I'm a crocodile.
Oh, dear.
You gotta come prepared.
Right.
But also not be over-prepared.
That's a lot
I
of
was
stuff.
actually surprised to learn this, but going into the pitch room with finished scripts, turnarounds of your characters, and plushies will actually hurt your chances of getting
Which
picked
is
up.
wild.
The reason for this is because executives will sometimes like to change parts of your show, and if you already have all the characters and story mapped out,
Yeah.
they'll not want to pick you up because they feel like they can't change anything. You're not even supposed to write any scripts until after you get the green light, because the executives have to approve all the scripts you make and the writers that you want to hire.
Hilarious.
So if you ever pitch a show, just be open for changes.
Yes,
Which
yes.
I can attest is a very different experience to what it's like on YouTube.
Yeah,
what you
100%.
do want to bring to the pitch is this super important document called a show Bible. And then you need to convert to that
I've never
show's
actually
religion.
heard
The
about
show
that.
Bible
Hilarious.
is a document that
Convert
contains
to its
everything
religion.
your
That's hilarious.
audience needs to know about your show. In the beginning of a show Bible, there should be a 1 to 2 sentence description that covers the main synopsis of your show. It's kind of like
I'm
an
excited
elevator
about
pitch,
this.
but here in the biz, we call it a log line. I'll give you mine
Here
as
in
an
the
example.
biz.
When
Okay.
James's parents moved them to a tiny desert town where eccentric scientific minds have been brought together to do unfretted experiments, James
Okay.
finds himself surrounded by the children of these scientists and the offspring of their experiments. The result? Unlike in his last town,
Okay.
James is no longer the oddest kid around. I don't know if the show's been out by
Adorable.
the time this video comes out, but we kind of lost the new in town theme.
Yeah.
Like I
100%.
said, the
Yeah.
executives want to make changes.
Yes,
After
yeah.
the log line, you write a page-long backstory where you go more in depth with your idea. Answer questions like, who are the characters? What are their goals? Where do they live? Just general stuff.
Yeah,
because
and we've
after
seen
the
a few
backstory
episodes.
page,
Actually, we've seen
you're
the
gonna
first
write
season,
all
right?
about your characters.
We
This
finished the whole
is the
season.
part of the Bible where you can just go
Not a few
balls to
episodes,
the
that was
wall
wild to
with
say.
details and description.
There you
Who,
go.
how, and why are your characters? What are their wants, needs, fears, flaws, likes, dislikes,
I'm
and general
keeping this video
personality
to
traits?
rewatch
These are important traits to
write my
think
show.
about, even if a specific detail isn't going to be reflected in the show. Like in my Bible for the crocodile, Max, some of the things we said he liked were the rain, raw chicken, and laying on warm rocks in the sun.
Oh.
Now, I don't think you got to enjoy a single one of those
Any
things
of those
in
things in the show, yeah.
But these are the types of questions you have to answer to get the clearest idea of who your characters are. You should also include drawings of your characters. This can help show their personality and body language, but just keep them to doodles, because again, they're subjected to change.
Yeah,
Next, there needs to be drawings
Seeing
and
the
descriptions
executive
of
draw
specific
money is
locations
hilarious.
that the characters spend a lot of time in. This will help show the overall world and tone of the show. And lastly, I know it's long.
What?
That's why it's called a show Bible and not a show pamphlet. You need to write out page-long episode ideas, not scripts. This will show the executives what a typical episode would look like and the direction and tone you want to go with the show. Honestly, there's so much that goes into a show Bible. I'm really only scratching the surface. If you are genuinely interested in pitching a show, or even a little interested in cartoons, then I would highly recommend looking at other show Bibles online for inspiration and how they should be formatted.
You can look
fun
up
looking through
show
older
Bibles?
show Bibles and seeing the earliest versions of your favorite cartoons. This is what Mermaid Man and Barnacle Bill were going to look like. I mean, look, isn't that cool? Unfortunately,
it's cool to see
you can't
the
just
back
hand
end.
an executive your show Bible and silently wait for them to finish reading it. You also have to energetically and flawlessly pitch your show. Executives listen to like 9 pitches a day. So if you're not selling your show with 110% enthusiasm, they're going to pass right over you. So you have to practice your pitch like your paycheck depends on it. Me and the showrunner I worked with, Ethan Banville, practiced our pitch so many times. We practiced in front of a mirror to our family members. We filmed ourselves practicing and then watched the footage, gave each other notes, and then burned the evidence. We memorized our whole Bible, but despite everything, the first time we pitched, I was still nervous. I had no idea what pitching a show would be like. We brought in our stapled Bible that we typed out on Microsoft Word, and I thought, this isn't enough. This Bible doesn't even have a spine. I still thought we needed to bring in finished scripts and character designs to show the executives how much thought we put into the show. But Ethan reassured me, no, the executives don't want to be overwhelmed with content. But when we got to the lobby, I saw the group ahead of us pitching their show, and they had cardboard cutouts of their characters, and they were handing the executives custom plushies, and I turned to Ethan, we are so underprepared. When we got inside, we pitched the show just like we practiced 1,000 times. And then the executive told me that no studio would ever want to work with a YouTuber.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes they don't even wait to tell you in an email that they're going to pass. Sometimes they just get it over with right then and there.
Oh, my gosh.
Not the best confidence boost for your first pitch. But we kept on pitching, and we kept hearing a lot of no's. And if you ever pitch, get ready to hear that response. Everyone in Hollywood has a story of being turned down by everyone. And then finding the right home for their idea.
And
sometimes really talented people work for years on an idea and it goes nowhere. So the fact that I was even able to make something and it didn't get canceled, I'm incredibly grateful for. But getting a show greenlit is not the only way to get it made. You can always put in the work and develop something yourself. No, you won't have a network backing you with tons of money, but if you truly believe in your idea, you should at least put something out for the world to see and over time build your own audience. And then,
that's what Vipsy Pop did.
Maybe even sell it to a network. But not the one who said they never work with a YouTuber. They're horrible.
They are. Can you tell us who it is?
That's
You're not going to, I know, but
I gotta get back to watching Oddballs streaming October 7th on my Netflix.
Aw. I'm really happy for him. I always love it when you see people who are in the industry on our side and then break into traditional media. And the goal or the point of this is to never give up. You just have to keep moving. You have to keep trucking. You have to keep working at it. It's going to be hard, but you just have to keep doing it. The thing is, you could have the perfect pitch, right? And the person that you're introducing this to could have biases against you and just not want to work with you. Or like he said, the guy was like, no one's ever going to want to work with a YouTuber. Okay, ass. Thank you. Did you like the idea though? Like, can we talk about that? That could be a thing. Or maybe there's something in the story that they really do not like. it doesn't mean you give up. You just keep on trying, keep on trucking. You will get there. You will do this. I definitely am going to keep this video so I can, because I didn't know about a show Bible. I knew, like, when you're presenting, I knew that there was some type of guardrail on how much you want to share and how much you don't want to share. But the mindset of going in and having a show Bible was unaware, completely unaware. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Are you guys wanting to do a show? Let me know. Let's talk ideas. But, you know, obviously don't tell too much of your ideas. But you could just say, hey, I wanted to do a show, and share your information in that regard, not specifically telling your ideas so it doesn't get stolen. Let's keep ideas safe. Okay. But yes, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Links down below to become a patron to get the uncut reaction to all the shows, including Oddballs on Patreon. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies, toodles.